Ladies and gentlemen, let us delve into the abyss of human nature, where shadows fester and truths lie buried beneath layers of deceit. Why do they despise you? Why does their venom drip with such ferocity when your name is whispered? Because you dared to awaken, to break free from the chains they forged for you. You chose yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of necessity. Self-respect became your armor, and it enraged them. Oh, how they loathe seeing someone refuse to bow to their manipulations, their games, their desperate attempts to control. They wanted you trapped, malleable, submissive, but instead they found steel where they expected clay. You stood tall amidst their chaos, unyielding, an impenetrable fortress of dignity. And now, their hatred festers like a wound left untreated. But make no mistake, this hatred is not about you. It's about them. It's a confession, a mirror reflecting their own inadequacies, their fragile egos, unable to handle someone who refused to play their twisted game. Their lives are built on validation, leeching off others' approval, and when you denied them that sustenance, it drove them mad. Yes, mad enough to hate you. Not because you were cruel, but because you exposed their cruelty. Not because you were weak, but because you revealed their weakness. Self-respect, my dear, is a weapon sharper than any blade, and you wielded it masterfully. They threw tantrums, spun lies, conjured drama, all desperate ploys to pull you back into their toxic world. Yet you walked away. No shouting, no pleading, just a quiet, powerful exit that spoke louder than words ever could. That silence screamed louder than any insult. It declared that they weren't worth your time, your energy, or your soul. And oh, how it burns them to know that. Every moment they spend hating you is another reminder of their failure. Their hatred is their punishment, chaining them to their own insecurities while you soar above their pettiness. Let's not forget the irony, shall we? They hate you, yet they can't stop thinking about you. You've become the shadow haunting their thoughts, the voice they can't silence, the memory they can't erase. They replay every interaction, every word, every instance where you stood firm, and it consumes them. Their hatred masks something deeper, an obsession, a longing, a regret for what they'll never have again. They wanted you broken, begging for scraps of their attention. Instead, they got defiance, resilience, radiance. And that sight, your unbroken spirit, is what they'll never forgive. Their hatred is a symphony of envy, bitterness, and fear. Behind closed doors, they whisper, or perhaps shout, their venomous words, spilling bile over the mere mention of your name. But here's the truth. Every insult they hurl is laced with admiration. They hate you because they can't be you. They lack your strength, your courage, your unwavering self-respect. Their whole existence revolves around breaking others, feeding off the validation they extract through manipulation. And then there was you, someone who refused to be broken, who saw through their facade and called it out. You didn't crumble under their weight. You rose higher, bolder, brighter. And now, they're left stumbling in the dark, trying to understand a rhythm they'll never grasp. Freedom, my dear, is the one thing they'll never taste. They tried to chain you, to keep you tethered to their toxicity, but you escaped. You didn't just leave. You left on your terms, with your head held high. That infuriates them. They crafted narratives, painted themselves as victims, spread lies to convince others that you were the problem. But the more they talk, the more transparent they become. Their hatred makes them predictable, pathetic, powerless. The truth doesn't need defending. It shines through no matter how hard they try to bury it. Meanwhile, you remain untouched, untethered by their bitterness, soaring above their petty games. But here's the delicious part. They hate you even more because you thrive. While they wallow in resentment, you expand. You grow bolder, louder, brighter. Your defiance haunts them, a constant reminder of the one who slipped through their fingers. They tell themselves they're better off without you, crafting stories to fill the void you left behind. But deep down, they know the truth. They lost someone extraordinary, someone they'll never find again. And that knowledge eats away at them, gnawing at their fragile egos until nothing remains but hollow shells. Every accusation they throw at you is a projection of their own guilt, their own insecurities. You've become their scapegoat, the target of their misplaced anger. But why should you carry that burden? Their hatred isn't your cross to bear, it's theirs. They underestimated you, and it cost them everything. What truly burns them is knowing that you've moved on. They wanted to keep you trapped in their web, a puppet for their amusement. But you didn't just escape. You thrived. You broke their chains, burned their bridges, and left them choking on the dust of your departure. Now they sit there seething, wondering how you had the audacity to leave them behind. Their hatred is a shield, a way to protect themselves from the vulnerability you forced upon them. You made them feel things they didn't want to feel, exposed parts of themselves they desperately tried to hide. In your presence, they felt small, inadequate, powerless. And now, in your absence, they hate you for it. They hate you for forcing them to confront the reality they ran from, that they are not as strong, as desirable, as untouchable as they believed. Your strength illuminated their weakness, and that's a wound they'll carry forever. Attempts to replace you will fail miserably. They'll parade around their shiny new distractions, hoping to fill the void you left behind. But deep down, they know the truth. No one will ever measure up. You were the real deal, the one they'll never find again. And that knowledge will haunt them, gnawing at the edges of their carefully constructed facades. Their hatred is loud, yes, but it's hollow. It has no substance, no meaning, no impact on the fortress of self-respect you've built. Let them stew in their resentment. Let them spiral in their own chaos. Their hatred defines them, not you. Meanwhile, you rise above it all, unbothered, untouched, unstoppable. Their hatred is a weight they carry, a chain they've bound themselves with. While they're shackled by their own bitterness, you're free. Free to live, to love, to thrive in ways they'll never understand. Their hatred is their prison, and your freedom is your victory. As time passes, their hatred will fade, not because they've healed, but because they'll find someone else to project their insecurities onto. But you'll continue to shine, to grow, to live your truth. Their hatred is temporary. Your self-respect is eternal. So let them hate. Let them fume. Let their hatred fuel their downfall while you embrace your ascent. Their venom is a compliment, a testament to your strength, your resilience, your unwavering commitment to yourself. You are not defined by their bitterness. You are defined by your courage, your grace, your indomitable spirit. And that, my dear, is something they'll never take away from you. Your journey is far from over. Keep walking forward, leaving trails of inspiration for those who dare to follow. Let your light pierce through the darkness, showing others what true strength looks like. Not the kind that dominates, but the kind that endures. The kind that refuses to compromise its integrity. You've shown them what it means to stand tall, to walk away with grace, to live authentically. And for that, they'll hate you forever, but you'll thank them for making you unstoppable.